So, chào mọi người, welcome back to Radio 95. So, as you can already hear a little bit, this is going to be the very first episode that we will talk all in English. And hopefully it will not be the only one.
Yep.
And as this is the first English episode, we think it might be interesting to start with a topic that hits a little bit of the Vietnamese culture, but also the foreign culture, Việt Kiều. And joining with us today is our friend An. Maybe you can give a short introduction?
So should I introduce myself in Vietnamese now?
Yes.
Okay. Chào mọi người. Is that how you say it?
Right, it's right.
Em tên là An. Em 25 tuổi. Em đẻ ở bên Hòa Lan.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that's
it.
That's it for now.
I think it's already a very good introduction. So so the reason that we invited Anne for the podcast today was we want to have an exchange or a little conversation about her growing up in a Vietnamese family in the Netherlands and how that is perceived from outside and with her experience it from the inside. So I think it's just interesting. And Anne is also one of my very few Việt Kiều friends in the Netherlands.
I'm so honored.
And it's just really nice to have like an insight into it's familiar but also sometimes can be very different life. So that was really fun.
Yeah.
So
you want to have a disclaimer, like whatever I say is from my experience doesn't mean that it applies to all Vietnamese people here, right?
Yeah,
True.
Yeah. And this podcast is a personal project and everything is based on our own
personal experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so just to clarify a little bit about the word Việt Kiều, because I actually did a search on Wikipedia. Việt Kiều is used by people in Vietnam to refer to ethnic Vietnamese living outside the country. So actually the word created by Vietnamese people living in Vietnam to calling Vietnamese overseas, not like how Vietnamese people living overseas calling themselves.
Okay.
So it means that also there's a lot of assumption here and there, stereotype here and there. So we are here to clear it out.
Okay.
So, of course, we would say Việt Kiều are kind of have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I would agree. I would totally agree.
Yeah, so what did you think are the best in each world?
Yeah, so I think in this type, do you mean that the two worlds, Asian, Western, right? Yeah. And I would say that Vietnamese people are very attentive, to help, generous. So I think generous in the sense that not only giving money, but also giving their time to help you out.
Yeah.
Giving support.
True.
So loyal. So whenever you need, whenever you're in a fight, Vietnamese people are there to back you up. It's very typical.
You kind of have whenever you have problems and you throw it to the friends, I think all the friends would immediately backmouth that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They don't care. Who's right or who's wrong.
True.
You are my friend. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
They go straight into defensive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just you just need to turn the button and then they all will be your
they
shine more.
They treat your friends as their own family, and sometimes I think they also even treat strangers as their own friends or family.
Yeah, very hospitable. Very warm, welcoming.
Yeah.
And what did you like about Western culture, Dutch culture specifically?
So for the Dutch culture,
So you have to
actually think
So you see, she has the best of both worlds, but she has her kind of preferred.
Okay. No, that's not true. What I like about the Dutch culture is that we're quite direct. So in that sense that whatever we say is usually authentic, we mean it. It's direct, it's reliable. When you make an appointment with someone, you know that they're gonna be there. For most people. not all, okay, this is generalizable, but like when you compare one culture to another,
Yeah.
usually this is what happens in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I think it also goes well with that. They always plan things ahead, and then they
Yeah.
stick to the plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really stick
Yeah.
to the agenda.
Yeah, even though if it's like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ahead,
Yeah.
so I remember that I had a plan with friends, and then they planned it I think 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, and they fixed a date, and then nobody talking about it, but then on that exact date, everyone just show up.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think I haven't experienced in Vietnam. And then
Yeah.
people always check in between that. Is the plan still the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
or so, because you haven't said anything?
Yeah.
And then because I don't know, that's how just the culture is, right?
Yeah, so like in Vietnam, if you don't talk about it, means it's cancelled. But here, if you don't talk about it, means it's going on.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like two completely different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So so you growing up as a Việt Kiều, so how have you learned about all the Viet culture?
Oh, yeah, definitely through my parents. So my parents, they fled from the Vietnam War. They were refugees, so when they came here, there was a huge Vietnamese community, so they did stick around with their own culture in a sense, and that's also something that they brought to us in our upbringing. So our parents do speak Vietnamese with us. They taught us the manners, like chào, and also mời ba ăn, mời mẹ ăn, like all these things that you always need to do, and you need to be respectable. You always need to help out in the house.
Yeah.
I think the whole the mời ăn cơm, like you sit on the table and you kind of like have to, like, it's not bon appetit, it's more like you put it in the order of age inside the house, which I personally like it, because you show kind of gratitude towards your parents, and then it's so, how to say that, you feel very like you feel like it's like kind of they send them, like, thank you them for the meal, because they work hard to put the food on the table. So I personally like that culture a lot.
Exactly,
that ritual. So
in the Netherlands, you usually just say "eet smakelijk," and then everyone just like takes it.
But also, like from some of my friends, like dinner time is usually like the time where you just sit down and eat real fast and try to get done with the food as soon as possible. Like, it's only the energy that matters. But for us, it's so much more. Like a meal is really like the moment where you sit down and share. Like,
bonding with your family.
After a whole day of working and studying, you sit down and talk to each other. So you put effort into the meal and also into spending time together in that meal. But
that's definitely a difference when you look at Dutch moms or Asian moms in general, or Vietnamese moms. But Dutch moms, they spend maybe 1 or 2 hours in the kitchen max. My mom would spend all day. And that's it. Okay, she's more efficient, but it looks like she has spent all day in the kitchen to prepare this meal with like 4 or 5 side dishes, and it's like every day, and also for dinner and for lunch, and sometimes even for breakfast. It's like,
I think
it's insane.
I think it doesn't matter where we are, like, because in Vietnam or in here, the Vietnamese mom is always like that. They kind of would like to prepare you for breakfast, would like to prepare you for lunch, and always care what you have for lunch. I remember when we were young, my mom always checked up on me, like, what do you have for lunch? Did
because
you have with,
ate
like,
in school, or?
Yeah, so my school is just only in the morning, and then I have to have lunch. I had to have lunch by myself, and because both my parents are full-time worker and they also work quite far from the house, so I have to have the lunch by myself. So they want to check if I had it with, like, you have to have protein, like you have to have all the nutrients that you need for yourself. And as a kid in secondary school, you prefer to have instant noodles, you prefer to have sandwich. Like you want to have something taste nice, but not care that much about all the nutrition. You need to have vegetable on the table and stuff like that. So they always check up on me, but
it's their love language.
It's
really their love language.
But what kind of lunch do you have growing up?
We have warm lunches. So my mom did
prepare everything.
Sometimes, I would say on average, it depends on whether my dad was eating at home as well. So he works in shifts, so either the morning shift or the evening shift. So whenever my dad eats at home, my mom would prepare like a warm lunch, and otherwise we will eat sandwiches.
Oh, so the warm lunch gonna be Vietnamese food, and then the sandwiches you have like the mix between them.
Yeah, and sometimes my mom would make lasagna or something for lunch. So
it's so nice.
Toasty, like grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So do your parents have some rules? Like only you, like inside the house, you can only speak Vietnamese, or so do you have that rule?
Yeah, they try to instill that rule, but like how the conversation would go, like, oh mẹ con đang ở chỗ gần cái stoplicht, or you know, like oh mẹ con lát nữa con đi bibliothèque, and it's like all these words we.
So but also your parents speak very good Dutch.
No, they just know the words. Or they're fine. So my dad does work with Dutch colleagues, so he knows how to make conversations. But my mom, she doesn't interact much with Dutch people, so she likes to stick to her own culture.
So it's like, so at home you will speak Vietnamese, but then there's some words that you don't know, you just switch to Dutch. But you never have like a full conversation in Dutch at home, or?
No, usually not. No.
Yeah, because I know families that also the woman in that family doesn't speak the language of the country, so that the man, like the husband just set the rule that whenever they are inside the house, they can only speak Vietnamese, so that the mom will always be included and not excluded from the conversation, which I think is very nice. And also to have the kids to learn and like kind of force them to communicate in Vietnamese.
Keep the my parents also believe that, you know what, we're gonna speak Vietnamese to them, they will learn Dutch somewhere else.
But that's true.
It is really true. Yeah. But there are some Vietnamese parents here that they're scared that their kid would fall behind when they speak Vietnamese to them, so they will fall behind in society, so they will start learning Dutch as well and speak Dutch to their children.
That's I mean, this is a shame, right? Because here you also don't have like Vietnamese language school like in the States, where a lot of big communities do. They have that, and then you can send your kids to Sunday school where they can learn Vietnamese. But it's not the case here, and I'm sure like not when you grow up. So family and friends are like the only source of Vietnamese speaking means.
Exactly.
So do you learn to write at all in Vietnamese?
I learned to write in Singapore. So when I was there on exchange, apparently they have classes there. So I was like, you know what? I never learned how to write and read. So I just learned it there.
You can also write and read in Vietnamese.
No, just basic.
So you passed the exam?
I passed the exam. Like what? A1, B1? I don't even remember.
So have you been back to Vietnam in the last few years, or?
Yes.
When was the last time?
I think the last. Oh wait, I think the last one was 2015 actually.
Oh, so that's quite long ago. Was it right after Singapore?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so it's actually been a while.
Do you still have family living in Vietnam?
Yeah. So my whole mom's side lives there, and she has 7 siblings with their whole family.
Big family.
But I think it's normal, right, in Vietnam. So
I think the age, like I think because you're kind of the same age as me, and then because my family, my dad and my mom's side both only have like 3 siblings, so in total we have 4. But it's considered like small. By the days.
Yeah, my mom has 7 siblings. My dad has 7 siblings. So pretty
how
big
can
families.
You manage because personally, I find it really hard to like find the right word to call people in Vietnam. Because of the whole relationship, it's quite complicated. How do you remember that?
Like chú bác.
Chú bác. I mean, for close family, it's clear, but then when it's extended family, it's gonna be quite hard.
I don't meet the extended family, and usually when I go to someone's house, I'll say, "Mom, how do I call this person?" And then I forget about it afterwards. So,
would it be offended if you don't remember their face and their names and their?
There's one trick my cousin always does that, because I know that he understands very well the Vietnamese language, but whenever he feels a little bit like uncomfortable, he just doesn't want to participate in. He just like
English or
cháu không hiểu lắm. Hey. I was like, oh my god, I know that you understand that, but you just pull that card. You're just like, I don't understand that.
Oh, it's like the Việt Kiều cards.
Yeah, the Việt Kiều card. It was like, and I was like, dude.
No, usually when we like chow back or everything, we're with 4 siblings at home. So usually what we do is like we just go at the same time with all of us, so you don't hear what we're actually saying. Like, ciao, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah, but I mean, cháu is like the safe word.
Yeah, it's like the back chú. We don't know.
Cháu chào.
Yeah.
You just can't like skip that. It's just.
But that's only possible because you have 4 of you.
Yeah, exactly. It works in harmony.
Yeah, because you also have 3 siblings, so you
Yeah.
can kind of have the little army.
Yeah. So like we just scream in harmony.
So how do the people in Vietnam treat you? Is that something the special treatment to us?
Yeah.
As you are a Việt Kiều.
Yeah, I think they definitely treat me special. Like it can be positively in a sense that they're really interested in you and your background. Where are you from? And like, oh, you're so pretty.
You're
like
pretty.
No, this is
For
just
people who do that cannot see us, so she's pretty.
thank you. But no, I think in general they just tend to elevate Việt Kiều, you know, like put them on a pedestal, like, oh, so amazing. Oh, what did you study? Oh, wow, you're so smart. Blah, blah. That they try to compliment you a lot. But then on the negative side, they also believe that you're naive. So they try to like swindle you somehow or get you, so
Yeah. So can you give like a
be
few
either way.
examples of that? Like, how did your family like try to protect you?
Yeah,
like, in
I think your
Vietnam?
family might.
Yeah, definitely
Oh,
like never.
protective over you,
Yeah,
right?
what are the motorcycle,
Mm-hmm.
like the scooter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, don't touch it.
Uh-huh.
And like whenever you go in a market, don't even try. Like always bring someone with you. Never take cabs on your own.
Oh,
Never walk alone.
Oh.
That's a little bit extreme.
Which city in Vietnam like did you
Saigon.
go to? Oh, okay.
This is in Saigon.
Yeah.
I was never allowed to walk alone.
Wow.
But there are tourists there. I mean,
True.
Yep.
and
that's
Saigon is like big city.
but that's how my family treated me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also see like find it quite familiar when people treat my cousin.
Yeah.
When he's
Yeah.
back home. I mean, like he's older than me. He speaks Vietnamese. Well, with accent of course, but then he can speak well. He can read a little bit, write a little bit. So I think he's like, and I mean, he has experience traveling here and there as a backpacker. So he managed well. But then for adults like aunt and uncles, they always like no. He's a Việt Kiều, so he cannot do this. He cannot do that. He cannot handle this.
He doesn't know how Vietnamese people
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yes,
that.
yes.
Oh, but
You
then
never
they-
know what goes through their brain.
But then the moment you open your mouth and you speak with an accent, people know, and they can take advantage of you. So
Yeah,
in that
exactly.
sense,
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the way they try to protect you. But
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you
Yeah.
can also just fake not like speaking any Vietnamese and try to be a foreigner.
Yeah,
surviving
exactly.
on the
Be
street.
like complete tourist.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Exactly. What usually my family tells us like, okay, when you go into the taxi, don't say a word because the moment you talk, they know you're Việt Kiều. I'm like, how many kids during the day are gonna travel around in Saigon looking like super westernized as well in their
True,
clothes
true.
and not say a word? Like it's a
Yeah.
bit suspicious, right?
It's a short term solution.
But
Yeah.
but actually, like, so let's say you speak everything in English when you travel in Vietnam, but actually nowadays, like the kids from like international schools,
Yeah.
they
Also speak English,
Born,
yeah.
they were born and raised in Vietnam, but they speak to each other in English as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, they live well in Vietnam, but they speak Vietnamese without any accent.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something, but I mean, like, yeah, I understand why your family is kind of like try to protect you a lot because indeed Vietnam is like not the best country to travel out alone. But it's not like the moment you walk down the street you would get robbed.
You would not, or
No, you wouldn't. I mean, it's
that's what we usually hear from our families. Like,
Yeah.
you walk on the street with your phone on your hand, someone is gonna grab
Snatch
you.
it, yeah.
Someone's gonna snatch it. You have your phone in your bag while sitting on a motorcycle, someone's gonna snatch you. Don't wear bags, don't wear jewelry, jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would like try to snatch it out of your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're very unlucky, it happens. But generally, it's actually quite safe. But is that what your family tells you all the time?
All the time.
But like from your families in Vietnam, also like here.
Also here.
Okay.
So also when you go out for food or anything, like, don't eat something on the street because it's dirty. Then like they might put rat in your food instead of pork and that kind of stuff. Like, we hear those stories.
Yeah, those
Right,
like kind of like don't never order ice because ice is always dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. But then, I mean, apart from that, was there any more negative sides they always told you about? Like, do they also, say good things about Vietnam to you?
No.
That they know how to make money.
I mean, like, living in Vietnam. What's that
Yeah.
like? Is there any good things
good
that they
things.
mention?
I think one of the good or maybe it's more of like a remembrance of childhood where my dad would talk about his childhood and like he played on streets and like he played with all the things he could find in nature and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if that applies immediately to Vietnam actually.
Yeah, but it's
Very
more
general.
like I think it's more like for living in rural areas in Vietnam. It's kind of like
Yeah,
the
but-
childhood of being free,
Yeah.
wandering around.
Or like
Yeah.
just having very little to play with. So you
Yeah,
just
and they were
make
so
use of
happy and
whatever.
satisfied. Yeah, I think the way he talked about it, just I think that's a good thing. And it's the food, definitely food, 24/7 food, and the shopping. My mom likes to shop in those malls.
Oh,
Like,
in
it's
Vietnam.
so luxurious and so nice and so clean.
But your parents are one of those who also come back quite often, right? Or
Not anymore. I think after every few years, I would say. Yeah.
But they still not like they haven't been back for the last 20 years. They do.
Yeah. They have been back, so they do see the growth and they do see how
Things
natural and
change.
things have changed.
Yeah.
But they don't believe that the people have changed.
Right. Oh.
Ah.
The mindset.
But that's quite hard because you have to live in the city to really
Yeah.
have at least you should have like social interaction to really tell how people are. And if
Yeah.
your parents just be there for like a short period of
Yeah.
time and then hang out with family members,
Yeah.
it's really hard for them to change the mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still tend to be really skeptic to their own people. Like, everything is fake. Like, everything is bad.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's so if you can only choose one, which one would you prefer? To be a Vietnamese living in the Netherlands or a Dutch person living in Vietnam?
Oh, this question is new.
So that's why we can caught you off guard.
Okay, yeah, you caught me off guard with this one. But I think because I grew up here, for the listeners who don't know, I grew up here in the Netherlands, born here. I think I always had the dream to actually go to Vietnam as a Westerner, because you feel like, oh, there's so much growth and you can actually change so many things because like you come from an advanced society where a lot of things are good, so you can bring a lot of change. But I wouldn't mind still going, but it's not as a strong ambition anymore, and I can also see how much of my Vietnamese-ish Asian traits can actually be beneficial for the Western or the Dutch community as well.
So you prefer to be
Vietnamese living
in a
here.
Dutch community.
Can I do both in my life?
You can be a citizen of the world.
I can be a
Like global citizen.
A global
Yeah.
citizen.
What can I do? 10 years there, 10 years here. You know?
Then that's not gonna be the question because
True.
everyone gonna.
You have to
It's
choose.
it's really an ideal situation because I would love to do that myself as well.
Then I would say Dutch and Vietnamese.
Ah,
A Dutch person in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I like to have good food all day.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
But then I also like, yeah. But if you are I think if you're Western people in Vietnam, Vietnamese people, they'll also treat you a little bit superior.
Yeah, like if you're Việt Kiều, you mean like working in Vietnam?
One point, but it's also if you are Western, just if you look Western.
They treat you better.
Mm.
Yeah. I think I don't mind the better treatment.
But also the service and stuff like that, it's a little bit different standard every
Yeah.
year, right?
Yeah, like inherently, I guess like the way they do the business, because they think they can get more out of you, so they treat you nicer.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
That's what I mean when they're trying
behind.
to
I think
swindle
that's the
because you're
motive
so
behind.
naive. Yeah.
Yeah, like in a way that's very entrepreneurial of them to do that. On a different note to the next questions, do you find Asian-looking guy or Western-looking guy sexier?
Sexier.
So purely talking about physical appearance.
Really physical, definitely Western guys, I would say.
Okay.
They usually have better features, like better bodies, I would say. Let me think, do I fall? Yeah, I do fall for Asian guys, but I'm trying to find a reason why.
Give me an example.
For like Asian guys that like,
yeah.
like Peter Sadrian, like this famous Instagram guy.
Peter?
Sadrian.
I need to look him up.
Yeah.
Give me an example of
For a Western guy?
a Western guy that you like.
I've always liked Zac Efron.
Oh,
But
I don't know
Zac
why.
Efron also have like soft features.
Chàng trai quốc dân.
Yeah, but
A lot of people
Zac
like him.
from High School Musical.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
But Zac Efron is also have very soft features. I mean,
Yeah.
baby boys in a way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
baby
now
face.
he's very like wide,
He's-
technically, with all 6 packs
man.
and then tan, and then now he's a
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
But I mean, when he had like one of the most famous teenager boy in
Yeah.
the
Can you
world,
spell his name?
he's
I
had very
see.
soft features, which also for Asian boys they also have that type of like baby soft features.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh, Peters. Oh.
this is a hard question because
This is Peter's age.
But it's very Asian.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
is.
mean, I mean, there's a lot of Asian guys look like that.
Oh really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that
yeah.
the...
But it's like kind of like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
manly looking guy.
If I
Yeah.
had
You
to
have to
describe
have like
him.
over sharp jaws.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
It's interesting that I
shaved
grew.
eyebrows.
Yeah, that it's interesting that I grew up here, like surrounded by only Western guys, but somehow I don't feel. I like acknowledge that they look like handsome, but I don't feel attracted to them.
You
So
mean
some-
Western boys?
Yeah, so somehow I am mostly attracted to Asian guys. While I grew up only knowing
Surrounded
this,
by,
you know,
like,
so that's so. And I'm not sure if like the culture is stronger or something in me, or not so sure why, but never was really interested in dating Western guys.
Interesting. I also don't think that I was interested either until I dated one. I'm like, I guess it's more the person and not really the culture.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I guess he's cute.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
No, I hope you find him cute.
I think he's okay. I only just had to spend the rest of my life with him, but I think he's okay.
Yeah, you can tolerate his face. Like,
Yeah, you know, every day wake up and see that face. I can do that.
But okay, Zac Efron and Peter Adrian. Okay.
yeah.
So do you
I would say
like?
so.
Oh yeah. So guys with, I mean, a little bit baby looking
Baby
Yeah.
face.
features, but still has to have like sharp jaws and
Yeah.
eyebrows, thick eyebrows,
very
manly.
Yeah, manly. Yeah. The I always called the what like a man that has like a childish. Not appearance, but childish.
Side to him.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the look. Like
So
something-
not the gentleman looking guy.
not like old looking.
That's how you call gentleman.
Oh, sorry.
No.
But do you also? Sounds to me that you like, because like that type, like, you know, guys with a younger outlook or a little bit of a childish side always remind me of like Korean guys.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you watch a lot of Korean
But
dramas?
those don't look manly to me, and I don't look a lot of. I don't look.
Interesting.
Maybe like you should look up for Korean actors. They look more, they look manlier compared to all of the K-pop idols. I mean it's because of the target audience and also because of the whole trends in the industry itself.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I tend to like Southeast Asian better. Like Filipinos, they look more handsome
with tan skin.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
There's a lot.
We just curious.
So you do like the Southeast Asian features than the Northeast Asian feature,
so.
like Chinese, Korean, Japanese.
Maybe. You know what? I don't know. I've been out of this dating scene for so long that I don't even know what I like anymore.
She's up on the market, guys.
She's very cute.
Yeah. So if you think you're qualified, send us an email.
Email is a little bit too formal. Just slide in the DM. We'll connect you guys together.
Yeah.
But how about you, right? Because like when you grew up, you just mentioned that you never thought you would fall for a Western guy.
Yeah.
I guess I just take it as it comes. Yeah. And I mean, I like some, like, of course, I do like Western actors and stuff. Yeah. But I didn't think that I was gonna date one. Like, or not an actor, but like a Western person, because I never know how that feels.
Yeah.
But when it happens, it happens. Yeah. So I don't think that was bad. But of course, like I like guys from both sides, or I find both.
Did you experience
attractive.
any difference in how they treat you? Like both guys in an Asian guy versus a Western guy?
Of course, yeah. I guess Asians are more like on the pampering side, and then Dutch, they would be like a little harsher on you, or you mean like, you have to do more things on your own.
Yeah.
But I think my husband kind of already go out of his way for a Dutch guy. But that's because I nag him so much. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that, drive me here, drive me there. But
it's quite questionable, because actually I think in Vietnam people think that like they treat you very well when you are dating together, but when you're married,
it's a different story.
It's gonna be a different story.
Yeah, so it's like they try to get the girl, and once he gets the girl, it's just like, no, you're mine, so I don't have to try.
They don't do that much. Yeah, they don't do that much at all. I mean, like now people are like it's different now.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean the whole, how to say that, the culture right there is really like the man doesn't have to do it. The man do not have to do anything. Just the women who.
Yeah, definitely. That's also what my family has warned me for Vietnamese guys that grew up there. You know, like don't date anyone from Vietnam.
Like, and I think there's one keyword is like Zatun. I don't know how to translate completely.
Like patriarchic, like very conservative. Patriarchy. Yeah. Like very
conservative.
They're scared for. That they're too conservative, that they won't do anything at home, that one day they will cheat on you anyways, because it's very like normal in their culture.
The cheating part? I don't think cheating is quite common in Vietnam.
That's what they say, like Vietnamese guy, they would like gamble, they would cheat, and then like you're there left alone at home and that kind of stuff.
No, I guess some of that stereotypes come from. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
But I think it also comes from the fact that Vietnamese women is kind of like accept the life as it is. Like, I mean, they kind of like tied to one man throughout the whole life. So if the man does something really bad, or like gamble and then being like deep into debt or so, they still accept it. They still be there for the man.
This is like last generation kind of very general things that they endure these things.
But I mean, I understand why your parents think like that.
Yeah. No, and then it's still happening in the US, I think.
With the Việt Kiều community in the US, you mean?
Yeah. So usually the men, they don't spend a lot of time doing house chores, and then they usually just gather around, have beers and everything, and then the mom and takes care of the kids.
or they went home, like they went back to Vietnam on their own and have a mistress in the during the summer vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
That also, no.
Wow.
Those things did happen.
Okay.
I've heard all of the comments.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that happens.
Wow.
But I think it's a thing of the past now. Like I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I
So
know.
It does give a
like
bad
what
impression.
we said. Yeah, like what we said. Like our parents don't know anything else because they never went back in the meantime, so they don't see the changes, and that's that's the message they give to us. But then,
true.
you know, when you grow up, you kind of like you go back and you're like, I'm not so sure anymore. And like when you tend to get cautious of what your parents trying to warn you for. You're like, wait, but I don't think that's happening. Am I naive now, or you know?
Or maybe how often do you introduce your Vietnamese friends here to your parents?
I don't have a lot of Vietnamese.
Yeah, because
friends.
I think if they have a chance to like talk to young Vietnamese people about new Vietnamese culture, that's how I put it. How Vietnamese people are nowadays, maybe will like they will not change,
but
immediately.
like
but I mean, at least they can hear some nice stories.
Yeah. I mean, like usually the Vietnamese people that I do introduce to my parents here are Việt Kiều. So they don't have that perception of Việt Kiều, right?
Yeah. Huh. Do you think that you will like go back to Vietnam with your parents someday in the near future?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just like the holiday, like it's amazing to have a holiday because you can spend the money and feel like a queen. You know, like it's so much cheaper than here, and
true.
the hotels are super nice. The weather's nice. The food is nice. So. You can eat buffet there. Like,
if you have money living in Vietnam, it's kind of like
it's really nice. So
as
you
long
make
as you
euro
have
and
money.
spend in Vietnam dong.
yeah,
Life.
exactly. Like 100,000 đồng. It feels like a lot, but
that's what my parents are kind of afraid of when I was home, because if you convert things from Vietnam dong to euro, you feel like it's not that much.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you will overspend.
Yeah.
And then you kind of lose the sense of what is expensive, what is not.
Yeah.
True. Okay, I think it's getting very long, and we have to close it somehow. But now we do want to introduce something new that you haven't had before.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a Vietnamese quiz.
All right.
So we have a few phrases. I have to tell you, I don't know all of the phrases myself, so don't feel bad.
All right.
But try your best and see if you try to interpret it, or just say you don't know the words.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the first word is phim heo.
Phim heo.
Phim con heo.
Phim con heo or phim heo.
Is this like a how did I say this? A spreekwoord?
Phim is a movie.
Yeah.
Phim heo.
Yeah, but is this like a joke kind of way of saying, or should I take this very literally?
What do you think it? Yeah, just say
figuratively.
Just say what you think it means.
Yeah, okay. Like the literal translation would be a pig movie.
Yeah.
I don't know any pig movies.
So your parents haven't mentioned phim heo to you.
No.
Phim con heo to you.
No. Then I would say perhaps if pigs have a bad perception. It kind of means a movie that is really trashy, perhaps.
Close. It actually means pornography.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't know why
that's
pig is
okay.
related to sex, but it actually means pornography.
Maybe something that dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe because pork or pigs just look naked.
Ah!
I don't know.
Okay, so it means pornography.
Pornography.
Wow.
You learned something new.
Yeah,
Your parents never
I
talked
like
to you
it,
about
yeah.
pornography. Okay.
I'm like,
Good to hear.
Okay, so they have some kind of measurements like áo này mấy mét. Xong cái này 1 chai, cái này 2 xị. Do you know what that means?
the my met. I know what met is just centimeters. Met. Chai and
1 chai 2 xị.
oh no. Maybe it's your accent.
No, actually the seat things, high seat thing is not even.
High seat.
It's not even
High
not
jai.
in not
It's
an
a very
accent.
it's a very colloquial or like slang, almost like a slang word.
Yeah.
Like áo này 2 xị, cái quần này 3 xị.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it means.
If you've been to Vietnam,
I
you've
think
been to
I've
a
heard of
market.
it. Yeah,
The
I
whole
think I've
seat
heard
thing,
of
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah. I know a chai is like a bottle.
Yeah.
So do you guys measure it in bottles? Like like approximately 2 bottles?
Something like that, yeah. We actually use it as like a currency.
Yeah.
So a city is 100,000, and a chai is 1 million.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
then the Met thing is recently I just heard it.
So May Mat is
it's
actually
like
also
millions, I think.
Yeah, it's also 1 million.
What? I thought it was my
So
centimeter.
Met is actually meters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but they call like so áo này 5 mét, quần này 8 mét. It means like this is like 5 million, this is 8 millions. They just recently used that word.
I don't even know that.
I don't.
Yeah.
We just watched that video and then we just.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like I didn't understand it at all. I was like, why is it matters? It's like.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't get it. But then they explained that it
Never
means
heard of it.
millions. So I was like,
Never heard of.
Okay, the next one is a whole phrase. Cá không ăn muối cá ương, con cãi cha mẹ trăm đường con hư.
Oh wow, you even.
Yes.
This one is difficult, I would say.
Say the last one again. Just repeat it again.
Yeah. Cá không ăn muối cá ương, con cãi cha mẹ trăm đường con hư.
Whoa. Okay, it probably has to do.
the accent. Do you want me to try?
Yeah.
It probably has to do something with parents, kids
Yeah.
not being respectable.
Yeah.
Because that's what I picked up, but then I
Right.
don't understand what the fish comes into and like
Okay.
eating salt.
Yes, it's fish and salt. That's
Yeah,
correct.
but then fish, salt, sugar.
Oh, yes.
Đường.
Yeah, but that's wait. Anyway, it's a.
No, I
Should I
don't.
give it the answer? Yeah. So the first phrase is a Vietnamese expression. So it's like it's actually a very long how do you say it, like cultural expression.
Is
like this is
the-
thing you kind of learn in school.
Oh.
Ca dao tục ngữ.
Yeah, yeah. So
Is it
Vietnamese
idioms?
phrase, an idiom. Yeah. So cá không ăn muối cá ương means unsalted fish rots faster. And then con cãi cha mẹ trăm đường con hư is if you talk back to your parents, then you're a bad child. Con cãi cha mẹ.
Yeah, exactly.
Trăm đường mean like 100 way or 100%.
Trong đường, yeah.
Con hư is like you're bad kids. So it's because of it sounds nice because it rhymes and then it gives you a lesson.
But
So
what does the fish have to do with it? Unsalted fish is
It rots fast.
Well, I think I
I feel like
if
they're not.
well, you know
Well,
what? I'm afraid to explain the idioms because, to be honest, I think that actually there's why they use that metaphor, because like but I'm afraid to say it because I think lots of people out there
Will feel offended.
will like feel like, oh my god, this kid, because the whole thing of fishing. I think I would cut this one out. So,
Okay.
because the fish. I mean, like eating salt is something like hurtful
yeah.
for the fish.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like hurtful for the fish. So it's like harsh comments, harsh feedbacks and stuff like that. And then
You need it to survive.
you need it to survive.
or to stay fresh.
Yeah. So it's the same with the children and the kids in the family. Sometimes your parents will say something really harsh to you, but just because they want you to grow up as a nice kid.
Oh wow.
I think
deeper
that
than I
might
thought.
be. Well, it's actually
Makes
that deep.
sense.
That's why they use the whole metaphor like that.
Yeah.
But-
And this is how we learn like moral lessons in Vietnam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I think I know one expression.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stay on the shelf.
Is that what it?
Yeah. A yeah is a shelf. So like you stay on the shelf.
Oh.
It's
But
like
you
the
know what it
English
means.
version,
Do you
right?
know what it means?
Single forever or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are you're an item on the shelf forever. No one
picks you up.
No one picks you
Oh,
up.
that's so
Is
funny.
it also for English, right? If you say you're on the shelf?
No, I've
Okay,
never heard of
then
that.
you're not. Yeah, but
never
it's oh
Yeah.
So who's someone from your family? Yeah, so you
Yeah,
heard that
yeah,
term.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I think we're gonna have to skip a few. But I'll
Yeah, maybe
give,
just
like,
pick the one
one
last
more.
I know what you're gonna pay.
6 or
Yeah, 600.
Yeah. Núi đôi.
It sounds like your butt is burning.
Oh.
What?
Why?
Núi đôi.
Oh, a twin mountain.
Yes. What can that possibly mean?
Visualize it.
Yeah, two boobs.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, do you hear this word before?
No.
Oh, good job. It actually means boobs.
Núi đôi.
Yeah, it's like the way when the teacher want to talk to you about sexual education, but they don't want to use the word boobs. They would just say núi đôi.
What?
Yeah, and then they have names for all
And
of
then
these
use visual.
other- Yeah.
What are the other names? I just know chim, which is like a bird.
Yeah.
A butterfly.
Butterfly.
What is a butterfly?
Boom.
Opposite with the chim.
Yeah. So you have chim and then you have boom.
Oh, boom.
Yeah.
Wait, they call it a boom as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
No, they do not call penis as boom, but they call it like so. Like chim is for the man, but the boom is for the woman.
Yeah.
What?
So you have chim for men and boom for women. So like the private parts.
I thought a chim was a female part.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Really? That's how you
I'm
got
pretty
taught?
sure. Yeah.
How
Okay.
sure are you
We're glad-
compare it to us?
Wow.
We're glad that we're cleared out
No,
to
we
you.
called it a cu and a chim.
Huh?
Those are the
That-
two opposites that
No, there's
our parents taught
really?
us.
In Vietnam it's the same word. So gu and chim
Go
are the
and
same
chim
thing.
the same.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
This is in
Your
my
word has
25
changed.
years.
New world.
I'm serious. No,
We need
in
to
25 years, my
We need to
parents
have
taught
an
me.
adult Vietnamese language class for the Việt Kiều.
But this is not even adult. It's like you
This
learn
is
biology,
yeah,
you know.
as kids. What else do you have? You have the more like
You?
yes. So that's
We were also always taught cô yếu đích. So it's like, don't try to do that.
No, it's enough. It's
okay.
enough.
We use that too.
Yeah, but I'm afraid. Do you know what they mean? Because
Each
last
of
time
them.
we just mixed with the.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, I know now, but as a kid, it was just funny. Like, cô yếu đích. No, it's just cute, you know.
Oh my
It
God.
sounds cute.
Yeah,
It sounds
right?
cute. And if you don't know what
Yeah,
they
so like,
mean,
it's
and then when you go to kind of like family reunion, you just like go.
Yeah, it sounds really cute.
It sounds cute. It sounds cute. I have to agree. A good laugh to end this episode. And thank you for tuning in for today's episode. And also thank you, Anne, for joining us.
No problem.
It was very fun, and we learned a lot of new things today.
I think we all learned a lot of new things today. And if you'd really like to hear about this topic, do let us know so we can invite Anne back for further episodes to discuss other topics related to this. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, there's
Right.
so much more to it.
All right, goodbye.
Thanks.
Bye.